Sound balls. Boom, 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 boom. You see when people do that?
Yeah.
It's all the Lani Cape Town people that do that shit. Sit in robes. Boom,
In a sauna. How's it, everyone? Welcome back to Game Time. We're at episode 35, and it's going to be a special one because we did an episode last week and we didn't get into the resolution. So today is the 10th of Jan. So we're going to get into the resolutions. It's a pre-recording. We got the rugby on this afternoon. We got the Stormers Harlequins tomorrow. Unfortunately, I'm going to Langebaan for a couple of days just to break away. So that's why we're not shooting after the rugby. But we'll put in a little special segment just to talk about what we thought about the rugby. But I just want to say massive good luck to the Stormers. First of all, we think playing at Harlequins is not always easy, but just want to wish the boys all the best. We got the Bulls versus Bristol at Loftus this afternoon, and we got the Sharks versus Sale Sharks. And as Mazzotti said, hopefully the Sharks beat the Tunas. So guys, we'll give you our thoughts and feedback first thing Monday morning. How's it, everyone? Just my view of this weekend's rugby. I think it was a tough weekend for South African rugby. In general, all three of our main teams in the Investec Cup has taken big losses, or one team that actually did better than we all thought was the Sharks. But let's start with the first game of the weekend was the Vodacom Bulls versus Bristol Bear. And watching the game, it almost felt like defense was optional. I mean, the Bulls going down 47-28 in the first half, and the final score being 61-49. I think probably just a game like that puts so much pressure on a new coach, Johan Ackerman, with being their 7th loss across all tournaments in a row. It just puts so much pressure on him, on his team, on his leadership, and the management. Hopefully they get a good result this weekend coming up, having another Investec Cup game. But it's pretty much a tough road ahead for Johan and his men. There was some glimpses of hope, probably in the last 10 to 15 minutes. We saw guys like Andre Pollard really start pulling the triggers, Willie actually showing some energy, but overall it was just not a good enough performance. Moving on to the Sharks, Sale Sharks versus Sharks game, I think that was probably the best result we could have seen from a South African team, even though we lost the game. Guys like Vincent Koch, who's back from a shoulder injury, really put up a good performance. Lee Marvin in the scrums really showed some character, and the team actually only scored one try, but there was great performances on defense from both teams. And unfortunately, the Hollywood Bet Sharks did lose, and Marco Mazzotti had to eat his words, had to eat some humble pie because of comments made earlier the week. But it almost seems that JP is turning this team's character around a bit. They're not playing the most beautiful, brilliant rugby, but as a team, they're actually performing better week in and week out. And you can see with the results they're getting over the last couple of weekends. And then the last game of the weekend, which is probably the most difficult one and most difficult pill to swallow, was the DHL Stormers versus Harlequins, played at the Stoop in southwest London. And the Stormers refusing to send a full-strength team because of games coming up in the rest of the season. Got Leinster Tigers coming up this weekend, but going down against a team that's been struggling over the last couple of weeks, the Harlequins, and losing 61-10, which is quite tough. I think Dobbo had to make a very tough decision in selecting a second-string team, sending a team it's a bit undercooked, not really played together that much throughout the year, and then going there and actually showed moments of brilliance, but overall I felt the Harlequins lose 3-0 and them as a team just performed exceptionally well. They kept the Stormers under pressure. They took the opportunities when that was given, scored some brilliant tries throughout the game. But it is a hard lesson to learn in rugby. With competitions this tough as the Investec Champions Cup is, as tough as the URC is, you always have to put your best foot forward. You have to pick your best available 23. I feel sometimes, yes, it is important to rotate and rest players, but you can see with these type of results, as soon as you knock off a little bit, you start to lose big games. But yeah, that's my view and my review of the games. Yeah, thank you so much.
Hey there guys, so to just give a little bit of a breakdown on the 3 games that took place this weekend, unfortunately South Africa's heart has been broken by these insane losses by all 3, Sharks, Bulls and Stormers this weekend. Just to give you guys a little bit of a different perspective from what Stephen has said, Stephen has done a perfect breakdown of each game. So what I thought I would do was collect a few stats and then go into what could have potentially happened from the fans' perspective and point of view. So firstly, starting with the Harlequins versus the Stormers, obviously had a 61-10 loss, which is shocking, but such is life. 9 tries against 2. So from the statistical side, periods of quality play from the Stormers, especially off the bench, but a game cannot be won on moments alone. Statistically, the Stormers were highly competitive. They led the possession stats. They weren't too far behind on territory, won all of their scrums, and had an impressive 94% line-out success rate. The Harlequins, however, made 31 fewer carries than the Stormers, but made 127 more meters, meaning when they did get the chance, they utilized it a hell of a lot better. They made 18 line breaks throughout this game, which is madness. The Harlequins with 12 turnovers won, while the Stormers losing it a shocking 17 times. So the theory behind this is, with the travel and with the consistency of games as much as the important games coming up, are we as a fan base of the opinion that Dobbo might have chosen a second side or a B-side squad that were not ready to play together, but also not ready to take on a team like the Harlequins? Will we see this be beneficial for the Stormers in the long run? And will this give them the option and the potential to have an incredible game next week and throughout the season as well? Also, a lot of fans are commenting in on 2 different things. The first being that South African teams should not be taking part in the Investec Cup because apparently we do not take it seriously. Our focus is too far driven into the URC and not enough into the Investec Cup. This is a very general statement across all South African squads. Is this something that you are of the opinion of? I think that's correct English. Is this something that South African teams are not taking seriously enough? The potential strategy into this as well, I would love to get some comments on. Do you think this is what Dobbo had planned? Obviously, a 61-point loss is shocking for any South African side, for any side in general, but were we kind of expecting a loss out of this to hopefully benefit the long term of the Stormers through the rest of the season? Going into the second game, the Sale Sharks versus the Hollywood Bet Sharks, 26-10. Firstly, a lot of comments coming from fans saying that the highlight package of this game was terrible. Bits and pieces, beginnings and endings missing, moments presenting cards missing, kicking missing. Little bit of a confusing watch when watching through the highlight package after the game. The potential strategy with this, I think that the Sharks are actually showing a lot of potential within the depth of the squad. We're seeing a lot of players step up and put in these shiny, special moments throughout games like this. I think we saw incredible performances from 1 or 2 players on the Hollywood Bet Sharks side. It gives me a lot of hope. It gives me a lot of positivity looking at the team as a whole, knowing that none of the Springbok starting squad that do play for the Sharks were involved in this game. Once again, very similar strategy. Is this a strategy we are seeing out of the South African teams where they are sending across a B-side, quote-unquote, B-side squad to take on this kind of game to then hopefully reap the benefit of the long term and push that, again, quote-unquote, A-side team further along with a little bit more rest and a little bit more strategy thrown into the long take on these games. I don't think this is a reflection of the Sharks as a whole. Yes, it's a loss. Obviously, a loss is never something we are wanting to deal with, but I think the Sharks showed a lot of promise out of this. I think, obviously, according to the numbers and the stats, that the Sale Sharks put on an incredible performance, but I think they could have played better too. I think had we sent a first team side across. And again, these comments are spoken out of my arse because this is not what we actually did. But had we sent across a first team squad to kind of mishmash alongside incredible players that played this last weekend, I think that game would have been in the hands of the Hollywood Bet Sharks. The third game, and the reason why I have put this game third, is because in my opinion, this loss is the most concerning loss of all. The Vodacom Bulls versus the Bristol Bears, 49-61. Firstly, the Bristol Bears put on an incredible performance. I think through all three games this weekend, the Bristol Bears were the shining beacon of rugby this weekend. Incredible performance, especially taking into account that they did all the traveling. They're playing in a place like Loftus against a team like the Bulls. Very physical, very hard, on-the-go sort of rugby. Congratulations to the Bristol Bears. That performance was fire. Statistically, the Blue Bulls missed 30 tackles, of which 23 were in the first half, and made 17 unforced handling errors. The Bears' scrums with hard collisions and great speed on the ball meant that they were attacking at a pace that the Bulls could not keep up with. The Bulls were left chasing this game. A lot of comments from the fans are targeted towards Villy as well as Pollard, both making countless individual errors and individual mistakes. In my personal opinion, I think a lot of the comments made towards Villy are very unjustified. Both of them are obviously incredible players. This might not have been the performance of the decade for either of them, but they are both incredible players that are very much needed within the squad. When they do put on an incredible performance, we see it and we feel it within the results of the game. Obviously, these little individual errors from both Villy and Pollard do leave the back line a lot weaker, and it gives the opposition a lot of opportunities to break through and get those tries over the line, which is why a game like this ends up being such a high-scoring game. If the defense of the Bulls was slightly stronger, I think the attack could have grabbed hold and ran with it, and we would have seen all those tries with less coming back towards the Blue Bulls. I think Villy's game IQ, regardless of this performance and regardless of the mistakes, I feel very passionately about defending this man and his game IQ within rugby. The first try of the second half was thanks to Villy. He also put that incredible cross kick into the corner, which allowed for another try, and then scored a try of his own as well. I think if the Bulls can just tighten this up, get rid of these small little mistakes, we can see them perform at a really, really, really great level. However, to lose this badly in your home against a team like the Bristol Bears is quite a bit of a shock. So that loss as a whole concerned me the most out of the three of them. But I want to get your guys' opinions. What do you think? Is this what we are seeing out of South African rugby? Is South Africa not taking the Investor Cup seriously enough? Is there a problem within the traveling of these squads and picking these quote-unquote B-side teams to go over? Or do you think that this is a strategy of wisdom and knowledge, looking at the long-term game and also giving these other players an opportunity to kind of, get their feet on the field and put out some outstanding performances? So thank you guys so much. Please let us know below.
There we go, dude. You nailed that, bro.
Welcome back to the show, bro.
Damn it, you're good on the mic, bro.
No.
Good on the mic. I love it.
I don't always know what to say. It just...
No, you nailed it,
It's
bro.
just like word vomit.
Yeah, word vomit. Perfect sentences. Yeah, love it, dude. Yeah,
Bro, talk to me about your hair.
Yeah, I had to go in.
Just
Yo,
straight in there.
yeah, point out the elephant in the room. I'm blonde. I was at the hairdresser for 4 hours.
Jeepers.
I had to do a keratin straightening treatment, and I had to do a ton of highlighting. There's a reason, there's a purpose, there's a use for this. I've done it before just for shits and gigs and just for my own
For your own
enjoyment, I guess. But yeah, this time there was a purpose to it. It are for work.
Okay, brilliant.
Yeah.
It's not like rugby players would dye their hair
4
blonde for
weeks.
work.
Well, does Faf dye his hair?
To this day, I don't know.
You don't know.
I know it smells good. His hair smells really good.
Does it? What does it smell like? Like strawberries or something? I could see that being a thing.
No, it's like very expensive shampoo. Like similar shampoo that my missus would use, I can smell on Faf. So it's a bit awkward sometimes when you sniff his hair and you go like, this reminds me of home. It's like, it's weird. It's so
Why
weird.
does this make me think of Netflix and snacks and cuddled under a blanket at home?
Whispers.
Yeah,
a
exactly.
big popcorn.
Oh, dude, you got to chuck them in the popcorn and
Yeah,
give them
and
a
then
bit of a shake.
but you need a hole at the bottom.
There we go, exactly.
It's a peachy show. Come on.
yeah, dinner and a show.
We wanted to get into New Year's resolutions, and I mean it's about a week into the new year, or just over a week into the new year.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I've always been a big believer in setting goals for each year, setting some targets. But this year was not that much of setting like realistic goals. Like, I mean, when I played rugby, I was like, I wanted to end the season on. I wanted to be best forward in the Stormers camp, or I wanted to be. I want to play 80% of the Springbok Test matches. That was like my goals. But I think
Was that a goal of yours? Play 80% of the Springbok
games each season.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like be up for selection, be fit enough, make sure that I'm not injured. I can't always control it, but
100%.
But like you set yourself a goal. Like if I can play 80%, then at least the following season I would still be like I'll still be like in the favorites to be selected, type of thing. But as time goes on, things have changed. I've changed the way I think about like New Year's resolutions, the way I think about setting goals for the following year. So probably my first one, and I've only got 2 years, is to play the long game. And what I mean by that is not to chase like the short-term successes or the short-term wins. It's like playing the long game with my health, with my fitness, with my business regime.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
You got there.
With everything I do, I was just like having a more long-term focus compared to like gaining these short little wins is something I really want to focus on this year, because every single chat I've had with people in the last week, when it comes to what's the next year looking like, what is the plans for the season coming up, everything is based on what's the long term, where do we want to stand at the end of 2026 compared to what is the immediate plan for end of Jan. And I think that is a big part of my resolution for this year, is to really just think and plan long term, so I know that things are sorted in a year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, that the things are being put in place.
That's a good one, dude. I like that being put down, because it's specific but also broad enough that you can apply it to your life and not just one thing.
Exactly.
It's kind of like a mindset that when you're at the gym, when you're healthy, when you're eating, when you're working, it applies to all of it.
Yeah,
so you can stay in that mindset.
I mean, when you're saving, when you're building a relationship with your missus, like everything is like you're thinking about the future, not just what success do I want by this weekend.
Yeah. That's a damn good one, dude.
Yeah.
Watch mine now be like, drink less. It's like, wow, dude, you really gave this thought. And I'm like, hey, stop boozing. Like,
Yeah, I was like, dude, come on. You're in your 30s now.
it's enough now, dude.
Yeah, dude.
What I do, I've never really set, this is kind of contradictory, I've never really set resolutions, but usually beginning of the year and then about halfway through as well, I like to physically write down all the things that I want to do and then circle each of them to be like, hey, this is solidified, this is the thing I want to achieve for this year. Fold it, and then I put it in a drawer next to my bed. So if I'm ever in doubt,
You can actually have a quick squiz at
I
it.
can just quick look at it the first thing when I wake up or before I go to bed. And then if I feel like I achieve something that is in line with one of the things I wrote down, it's also right there for me to go like, oh, okay, cool, this is a step in getting to this.
Yeah. Basically, like what I do is like 2023 project. It's like,
Oh, damn, that's cool.
Each business has like a goal that is wrote down, and I print this out every second week. So then the task I need to achieve is being put out.
Dude, that's sick. Can I see that?
Yeah.
I don't want people to be able to read I won't read it either. But dude, this is mad. This is really cool.
And I use it to make notes, and it just keeps everything in one place. Like it's, I mean, there's way better ways to do it, I reckon.
Well done. No, dude, that's perfect. How do you get more controlled and organized than that, dude?
Yeah. It just like as you said, it's like it gives you a bit of it gives me a bit of a thing to look at. It's like, it's not, like sometimes you get caught up in so much shit that you actually forget you actually forget about the bigger picture. You forget about like why you're doing certain things. Like, why are we doing the podcast? It's because as we enjoy telling the stories, we enjoy getting together. We think there's awesome brand that can be built here.
Yeah, and a community that want it.
Exactly. But sometimes you get caught up in like, oh shit, how do we get our next sponsor? How do we get you get caught up in the small things and you forget about the bigger picture. And that's part of that resolution. It's like thinking about the long game and making sure that like everything I do is to that big project, to that big thing that I want to achieve. And that's such a big thing for me this year.
Dude, I wrote down like a goal / target point for my year. And I wonder if I think you have experienced the same thing, right? Maybe it's because I turned 30 and I've got this idea in my head that from 30 onwards, I've got to be different and things are going to be different and the way that I work or approach my day to day is going to be different. I suppose you could pretty much do that at any age, any year. I wrote down that like, I think we have ideas of ourselves that ultimately end up holding us back from doing the next thing. So sometimes you're so stuck in your ways or so stuck in like, this is the thing I want to achieve. This is how I'm going to do it. This is the plan, step A to Z. It can't go any differently.
Yeah.
Or, to put into perspective, I never knew that I would go the route of producing, writing, podcasting, hosting alongside everything else I'm doing.
Yeah.
If I was too strict, if I was holding the rope too tightly in wanting to achieve my ultimate passion and said no to everything else, I know that my life would be not a shamble, but so much more difficult because I would have rejected opportunities that I would have deemed as not on the right path, quote unquote, right? Yeah. Writing that down for the year, I was like, cool, there's things that maybe people perceive you as relevant for me. You're the guy that goes to gym. Everyone knows you're the big guy, big guy that goes to gym, the guy that likes weightlifting as a silly example. Maybe you don't want that anymore. You know what I'm saying? Maybe your back hurts and your knees hurt and you're like,
you got tennis elbow.
You got fucking tennis elbow, dude, you know? Yeah. And you're like, no, actually, I'm going to slim down. I'm going to eat less. I'm going to be healthier, whatever it is. But you have this like nagging voice in the back of your mind that's like
everyone knows you as this guy.
Exactly, right? And you've lived like 2, 3, 4 different lives. Business, rugby, host, traveling the world, getting married, like all the different lives that you've and images and perspectives you've built around yourself. My point of my rant being, is that the kind of thing that you would write down as well as like, I need to let go of this, or I need to become more this, or like...
It was something I like clearly put out there in the world, and I made a short little video on LinkedIn, and I said like this year, I was always known as Stephen Kitts, a rugby player. It's such a defined like title, and it's like that's the one thing you're known for. Like you're not known for like starting a business. You're not known for hosting a show. You're not known for talking in front of a public or talking in front of people. So like the one message I did want to get out there, like at the end of last year, was that I'm more than that. Like I'm a friend. Yes, I used to be a rugby player, but I do analytical work. I do public speaking work. I do businesses. So I understand it, and there's so much. The public sees you as a person. As soon as you start to change, they're like, what's going on with this person? Like, why? Like, we saw it with, like, Batista. We saw it with The Rock. As soon as they slim down, they're like,
it's like, he's sick.
He's sick.
He's like, not doing well.
He's got the long flu. It's like, what's going on with this guy? And he's just like, but I'm just healthier. Like, I've lost a couple of pounds. Like, my joints feel better. I look a bit different. I can get more acting roles now. Yeah. And it's the same for me. It's like, if I was only defined as that one character, like I would never be able to apply my mind or get opportunities somewhere else. And that's how I think about it. I could be completely wrong. If I had to stay in my lane, then I probably would have gone the route of coaching full time. But it's not who I wanted to be. I wanted to be the guy who, yes, I had an awesome career playing rugby, but things have changed. Like, the way I think about life has changed. I wanted to build something outside of rugby, which is where I'm quite proud of, is the fact that I actually took the leap and said, listen, I'm going to apply myself into this business and see if I can make it a success. I mean, it's still growing. It's still, I wouldn't say it's close to being success yet, but there's the signs, and it's growing, and it's operating, involving. So, that is just like, it is such a daunting thing to think about, but it is, we're all growing up and we're all changing, we're all evolving into who we need to be one day.
Did you ever have the feeling on exactly that, being a rugby player and achieving those things and then stepping out and going, hang on, there's actually more I can do here with my life? Sadly, and I really hope that this changes, I don't think a lot of people understand that, because I think a lot of people, see it as when you have a good thing going, stick at it, don't change, don't mess up, don't take chances, don't whatever. Do it, take chances, develop yourself in 9 different directions, find the things you love doing, expand your outlook on life, develop empathy for people, develop new skills and understandings, and that's what makes life vibrant and interesting. When you were playing rugby, did you ever have the feeling that, like I've had on the acting side, where acting can become very sitting and waiting for the phone to ring, right?
Yeah.
And it rings and, okay, I have worth and value again. Someone needs me for the next 6 months. The day I'm done shooting, okay, I'm unemployed again. Now I sit at home and I wait for the phone to ring again, right? To make it very layman's terms. But in terms of rugby, did you ever feel like you wanted more control over your life and say over, like, this is mine, I started this, I built this, I choose to be busy on these days, I choose to be needed in this way? Or do you maybe have control like that in a rugby career as well?
It's perceived value. It's like, how would a coach at a certain team perceive your value for that group? Like, it's similar to like when an actor gets casted for a movie or a show, it's the producer or director thinks, those guys will add great value to this project. Same with rugby. It's like, you play a certain position. Yes, there's coaches that love you and there's coaches that don't see you fitting their system. Going from the Stormers for me to Ulster was I really fit in with the Stormers, and I got along very well with Dobson and all the management, and then got an opportunity to go to Ulster, where there was a thought of, like, Stephen will really add a lot of value at the Ulster squad. Got there, like, fitted in with all the players, but some of the coaches didn't really get along with the way I did my thing, or when it came to financial situations, they like, we would rather keep the Ulster boys compared to keeping Stephen there. It's like so it's all based on whoever the guys who's got the ropes and has got control is, what does he think about? And that's rugby as well. Like, you can be the best player in the world, but if you've got a bad attitude and you've got a bit of off season, coaches might not want you in their system, and then it becomes a tricky one. I think, as you said, like, just wanting to have a bit more control on where my life is going. That's why I didn't go the coaching route, to be honest. You saw it clearly happen with the Bulls, having a couple of bad games. Guys like Andries Becker that I played 50 games with at the Stormers or 40 games with at the Stormers got sacked because of bad performances, and it's not due to him, or it's just the entire environment wasn't successful at that moment, and he was on the chopping block, which is tough to see, and that is where I feel like you don't have control of your career. Yes, you can do whatever you want, like you can do as much work as you want, you can put in as much effort as you want, you can work as hard as you want, but if things don't work out your way, your head's on the chopping block, unfortunately. And I feel like when it comes to business or creating something or the podcast, it's like we determine the success we create with, like, it's in our hands.
Effort equals output.
Exactly. Yeah. So in a rugby scenario or an acting scenario, and I'm talking out of term here for the actors, but it's, you can have the best performance, but if your style doesn't suit the next role, you're not going to get casted.
100%.
Same. If you can be one of the best players in the world, but if your style doesn't suit a team that needs a loose head prop or something, you're not going to get selected for that squad. And that is the tough part.
I have the image. I know we're going very off track here, but this is like a conversation. But I have the image in my mind regarding entertainment and the industry, where, again, I've said this so many times on Storytime and GameTime, the ideology that my dad set in me of, like, it's not about you, is such a great way to look at it, because you go, how do I use what I love and the things that I'm good at to help the people around me? And because I hold directors, producers, casting directors, writers at such a high regard, because they can do things that I wish I could do and I wish I had more ability to do. I hold them at such high regard that when you get the opportunity to work with them, it's a blessing.
Yeah.
So I see myself as an actor, you're just the paintbrush. There's these people with these incredible ideas and these visions that need your help in building the story and in building something special, that when people watch it, they feel something.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons why I love acting. The fact that you can create something from nothing and make people feel things blows my mind, right? That you can watch something on a TV screen and leave going, oh, I'm sad today now because it ended in this way or whatever.
Exactly.
That's amazing, right?
Or I'm motivated, or I'm excited about life.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or I'm like, oh, that was fucking funny. That made my day. That character makes me think of my friend. And, it's a mirror to society in some way, right? But do you kind of view yourself the same as a player, as like going back to the term of like, I'm just a paintbrush? So there's a goal, the maybe Saru or the Springboks as a brand or whatever want to achieve this thing. I just want to be the best quality paintbrush to help them paint this grand picture of, look at the difference we made for the country. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think as in any job, like, you want to add as much value as possible. And I think when you're in that squad, it is easy, like, you've done all the hard work and you've achieved it, and then you just go for the ride. You're going to enjoy the ride for 2-3 years, but then you're going to get found out quite quickly. So I think same, like, when you want to be that paintbrush, you need to be able to add as much value as possible, and you need to be your Brussels needs to be like the perfect edge, like sharp, and like every stroke is like clean and perfect. And every now and then you make a smudge, but you fix it quite quickly.
Yeah.
I think as a rugby player, and that's what I really love about the like my last couple of years with the Boks and with the Stormers, is the senior players really started to step up and make like real valuable input into the squad. If it wasn't always like the coaching style, but it was the way they worked, the way they did the extras, the way that they looked into video clips and analyzing the opposition. And same with the Stormers, the senior guys took control and they said, listen here, we're going to be the guys that actually make the difference. Like, yes, we've got great coaches, we've got great squad, but that you can easily just get stuck in that bubble and go like, let's go for a ride, and then we have like a successful season, but we get knocked out in a quarterfinal, or we have and you go for that, or you can go like, listen, we're going to put in a bit of extra yards because now we have the opportunity and we're there, but how do we give the most input that we can, and then you start creating this compounding success where it's just like you get win after win. You have a bad performance, but you still manage to win the game because you've done the extra work. So then that's when that equation comes from effort to output, or when you get that success. But still, you're just a screw or a cog in the machine.
You're a tool.
You're a tool in the machine, and you have to make the most of it so your value keeps on going, because if you go for the ride, you're going to get found out and you're just going to lose your position anyway.
And people see through that as well. It's
100%.
like we said in the last episode, heart in the game is so fundamental to the outcome at the end of the day. It doesn't feel like it has a direct influence, but I swear it does. And I think you have to obsessively love the thing you do. To be good at it, which you actually have some topics and stuff that we're going to go into relevant to this kind of conversation. There's 4 pointers that you researched, which I really dig.
It's based pretty much on the conversation we just had now about your effort within your group or within your community.
Yeah, it's a great conversation to start the year out.
Yeah. And it falls directly into the resolutions we have for the year. But yeah, so here's the question. What is the biggest lie we were sold about success? So that is the questions. And I mean, one of the things that popped up was, if you work hard, you'll make it. Is it true? Or do you think it's just a lie people tell you there at the office? You go, the harder you work, the more successful you'll be. Or if you work hard, you'll make it to the top. What do you reckon? I'm actually like, I can kick us off. Like,
Yeah.
I've always been a big believer in hard work,
Yeah.
but I think with hard work, there's also a little bit of luck. Like, you can be the hardest worker in the room, but if you've got zero luck, and with luck I mean being seen at the right, being seen by the right people, being in the right time, right place type of situation. You can work as hard as you want. If you don't get seen, like, your effort just goes to nothing.
I think you have to work hard to get lucky.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like if you and I are both wanting to find gold, I'm completely sucking this out of my ass, this example. I hope this works. But if you and I both get handed a shovel and it's like, hey, find gold, the guy that does the most digging has the best chance of landing the gold, right?
That's the one thing. And the other side is like, if they do the same amount of digging and the one's just on the right spot, luckily you win.
100%, right?
So that is like, I think true to 99% true. Like, people that work harder are more successful than people that just go for the ride. But it's that people that make it to that 1% have that little bit of they were seen at the right place. They were right place, right time. And maybe that's planned as well. Like, if you do the necessary research, you know that's the right guy that needs to see you.
Yeah.
You actually put in a little bit more effort to make sure that you're in front of him while you're working hard.
Well,
does it make sense?
Dude, you've nailed it on the head. I'll give you an example that I brought up with someone recently that I was like, damn, this is going to make me think for quite a while. Again, it's relevant to my industry. But if someone came to me and they put a number in front of me and they said, Josh, for every 100 auditions you go on, you'll land one. So that 100th audition is yours. Would you go to 100 auditions? And I was like, yes, I'd go to 1,000 auditions because I get to do 10 of them, right? Yeah. That's the hard work. I've got to get told no 99 times before someone says yes. It's the not knowing. It's the fact that there isn't a written number in front of me going, number 100, that's yours, buddy. Yeah. I have to have the faith and trust in my hard work that 100th one is mine. So I think there's too much to gain to not work hard. Yeah. It's just like, why not just do the work? Like, you become more resilient. You put more structure in your life.
More experience.
You develop character. You learn lessons through it. It's just like, why not go through that? You know, if it does come down, and you're right, if it does come down to luck in a certain sense, the only way I'm going to get lucky is by continuing to do it.
To do it 100%.
Like, I can't sit at home and go, I'm going to get lucky at some point. And I've done that. I've done that as well. Like,
I promise you, like, if that is how the world works, you would do 100 editions. On 100, you get it. The next time you go through that thing, you'll probably get it on 65.
Exactly.
Then you'll probably get it on 25. And then eventually you get to a point where you don't have to go to editions. People just phone you and go, come, you're the guy. We need you.
That's the goal.
And but that's where that mountain needs to be climbed first before you come on the downhill and things just get thrown at you. And that's where like the bit of luck comes in as well. But while you on that downhill and everything goes well, that's also when you need to double down and almost work even harder, because then you have to be more resilient, because if you lose your job there, then all of a sudden you have to start from scratch. So you have to keep the jobs, you have to keep working hard, you have to make sure the income keeps coming in. And that's where I feel like working hard, yes, that is so true. And and you'll make it if you can keep it. Yeah. If you can keep it at that level.
100%, dude. I just think you can't afford to not.
Yeah.
You know, like nothing's gonna fall in your lap. And if you are one of the people that stuff does fall in your lap, maybe I'm not one of those. Yeah. I've been blessed with a lot of stuff, so it's not fair for me to say I'm not one of those people. But maybe there's a lesson on the other side of it. You know, maybe you want $10 million in your bank account, and the lesson and hard graft for you is leading up to getting given it. Maybe for someone that just gets given it off the bat, the hard lesson and hard work for them is afterward.
Yeah.
They haven't learned anything. They've got no experience. They've got no character developed to handle and manage $10 million
The
and
other
maybe,
thing is like, what happens if they lose it?
exactly, right?
Where do they go from there?
Have you ever not had $10 million? How do you handle that shit?
Yeah.
You know, you've been there.
Yeah.
Yeah, good discussion.
No, it's a great one. So I think we both think hard work is so crucial in life.
Yes.
Yeah.
If I said to you, sorry, I'm rambling now, but I love this topic. If I said to you, Kitsi, you've got to put your head down and work as hard as possible for 8 years. And on the 1st of January, on that 9th year, bang, $10 million in your bank account or whatever you deem as success, right? That's a whole nother topic as well. Yours. It's yours after 8 years. Would you put the 8 years in?
Yeah, of course.
100% you would.
Yeah.
You know? That's what
Would
it
it be
comes down
tough
to.
along the way? Of course it
Very
would.
tough. 8 years is a long ass time when
Yeah.
you're waking up every day putting in 12 hours, you know? Yeah.
Which leads me into my next point is that does discipline beat motivation, or is that just some influencer talk? Because it's like being told, like, listen, yeah, you need to do 99 auditions, and on the 100th one, you're gonna make it. So that's like the target. Like you do 99, that's the hard work. Do you have the discipline to go to those 99 auditions?
I think discipline works when motivation doesn't. So,
Great influencer talk. I like that.
yes. Diary of a CEO right here,
Put
bro.
it on a t-shirt.
Yeah. I think like if I wake up on a Monday and it's a Monday and I'm fresh and I had a good night's sleep and I watched Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson first thing in the morning telling me to focus and work harder, be the hardest worker in the room, whatever it is. And I go, yeah, fuck yeah, I'm going to be the hardest worker. And I go to the gym that day. I was motivated. I was motivated to do it. But the next day I might wake up and go, geez, now I'm stiff. I hurt my back a little in the gym.
Had 2 beers last night.
Had 2 beers last night, you know. That's when it's like, no, dude, you're not motivated, but now the discipline needs to kick in of you said you would go every day or you said you would go every day of the week or whatever it is. So I think that's kind of how they trade off each other.
Yeah, I think as well, like I'm a bigger believer in discipline because discipline is it's got that long-term plan in mind. Like motivation is like, let's do something, like let's go hard, flipping you out of the blocks, like at 100 miles an hour. But discipline is like this. It's like the snowballing effect. Like you just keep on doing it, even if it sucks or if you're motivated. You don't go boom boom. Like you just keep ticking away at it. So I like. Yes, I love motivation because motivation gives you that endorphins and that rush, and you want to achieve something. But as soon as the motivation goes down, you need to be able to like, oh, I actually enjoyed what I did there, even though I'm not feeling it today. Like I enjoyed that 5K run in the morning. Like I felt much better. But even though I'm not feeling less for it, let's just go do it. And then the next day, let's go do it again. And all of a sudden, you watch that The Rock video again. And then all of a sudden, I've done it 3 days in a row. Now I'm motivated for day 4. Then it becomes an easy run or whatever. And it ticks away like that.
Yeah, I like that you gave it that view. Motivation is a sprint.
You get tired quickly.
It's very easy to burn out motivation.
Yeah.
Motivation's a sprint, whereas like the dedication and the regime of it is more of a marathon.
Yeah.
And I think you need both. Like there was a lady, I'm going to butcher this, that I think gave a TED talk or something recently, and it went quite viral because it's such a contradiction to what we're used to hearing. But she was saying how motivation isn't real and how you don't need it. Again, I'm summing it up into one generalization for the point at hand, but I completely disagree with that. Because if it wasn't for motivation, there's so many things in my life that I wouldn't have started.
Yeah.
Maybe motivation is what got me out the gates. You know?
Motivation gets you out the gate.
Yeah, like I watched a Will Smith movie one day and I was like, oh, that's sick. I want to be like him. Sat at the computer, researched agents, researched this. How do I do this? How do I audition? How do I learn this? I was motivated. I didn't have dedication yet because I wasn't in the process of trying to achieve it yet. I was only starting, you know? Yeah.
But then it started ticking over. Yeah.
Then it becomes
Discipline.
being disciplined or being dedicated in that, like, hey, now you're sitting at home. The phone's not ringing. No one's calling for you. No one needs you anything. You know, put the work in yourself now. What can you do to be 1% better now?
So what are we thinking? Discipline beats motivation. or do you need both?
I want to say both, but I also do agree that if you're motivated without discipline, you're screwed. But if you have discipline and you can find those little nuggets of motivation, perfect.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, I agree. I think
Motivation will fuel the fire.
motivation is what gets you. It's what gets you going. I mean, you can be disciplined in your fitness, in your health, and in your work ethic. But if you're motivated to change your path into been playing rugby my entire life, I want to go into podcasting. The motivation was that gave me the change of direction. Now the discipline is rocking up every week, doing our research, watching the games, making sure that we tick over. That is the discipline side, I think. Great topic.
Yeah, I like that. Dude.
Great topic.
I like that a lot.
Which actually leads us into our next point is balance a myth when you're chasing something big?
Oh boy, this is.
So I love the conversation. I love the conversation of like the work-life balance type of thing. I don't know, is that what's like the
No, you've
the
nailed
work
that.
party?
But I know that this is a big one for you.
It is.
Do you think you have balance? As a yes or no question.
It's like it goes in swings and roundabouts, to be honest. Like discipline, like I'm disciplined towards what I'm doing. Like I'm very disciplined towards the ventures I've started, I'm involved in. So I just I need for me to be comfortable to go to bed at night and have a good night's rest, is that I've done as what I could have done in the day to make sure
you've taken full control.
Ownership.
Yeah.
Balance is it's like there's family, work, social life, what else goes into your life? Your fitness,
fun.
So where I sometimes feel balance is a tough one is because if you're starting, like I'll bring rugby back. Like if we go into a preseason, so my only goal in that preseason is to become fitter, stronger, leaner, and the best athletic version I can be of myself. Then there's no balance in fun and work life, and drinking and socializing. There's no balance there. It's only the one thing I focus on. So when you're chasing something big, and that's what the question is if your goal is to get into a certain shape for a movie, and I think you're currently going through it.
Currently in it.
Yeah. If you're chasing that thing, I think balance falls out the window because then you're only focusing on that big project or that big picture thing. So you don't drink anymore. You say no to your friends. So your social life falls out the window. Yes, family will always be there because they're your support and your structure. But everything else takes the backseat because you only focus on this one thing.
Yep.
And I feel that's where balance is like, I think you find balance in whatever you feel is most important for you in your life at that moment. Does it make sense?
No, I think you've nailed that on the head.
Yeah.
Because I was going to say, to add to what you're saying, I completely agree. What is the thing that you are willing to give up?
Yeah.
So to achieve the thing that I really want to do, I'm not willing to give up family.
Yeah.
Like that's just not going to happen. And I'm not willing to give up my relationship. That's also just not even a question. Fun, socializing, going out, being seen, drinking, blah, 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 anything along those lines, very willing to give it up.
Yeah.
And you very quickly realize what friends in your life understand that and which friends don't.
Yeah.
And also it's then my responsibility, if I'm willing to say it, that if my friends say it too, that I understand, yes, you're not going to come to my birthday. Yes, I'm not going to see you for the next 6 months.
Yeah.
The fun social side of things is the one thing I'm willing to give up in order to have time to do other stuff. So luckily for us, fun social fits in with what we do as a job as well right now, which is awesome. And we're very lucky to get to do that. But someone explained it to me, a friend of ours, Travis, who's incredible at business. He's now in the States. Super sharp guy. And he was explaining to me the one day, saying in his life, the way he views it is that he has 3 silos. Yeah. And it's which silo he chooses to fill with grain, just for the purpose of the metaphor, and he said it would be work, family, and then social, personal kind of thing. And he said for him, right now where he is in his life, that work silo's full. It has to be.
Yeah.
And I mean, this oak is
Graphs.
busier than busy. Yeah. So that's full. But then he's got to look at the other 2 silos and go, shit, I've missed a lot of birthdays. I haven't spoken to so-and-so. I saw these, if these friends just had a baby, I haven't met the baby yet. This friend's going through a hard time. I haven't been able to be there for him. Fill that silo by, okay, on Saturday, I'm going to phone this friend and we're going to catch up for an hour and I'm going to check how they're doing. I'm going to go for a coffee with so-and-so and catch up for 2 hours and see how's the baby, meet their new partner or whatever. And the family silo then in the same, right? He's dealing with, certain circumstances such as like living in a different country, away from family.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, well, now how do I fill the family silo? How do I add value to that? Is it every week we do a Zoom call and we catch up for 2 hours? Sick. Now fill that silo a little bit more, like kind of finding that sort of balance. I think we misinterpret balance as everything needs to be equal.
Yeah.
Everything needs to
doesn't
be
work
done at
like that.
100%. It's not possible.
No.
It's not possible.
And like you mentioned, like 100%, like I always think about it as well. Like if you think about like how long is a day? Like 16 hours.
Yeah.
You got 100% to fill those 16 hours. Like where do you put your time of that 100%? Where do you put each percentage? Like if you say if there's a work silo, there's a family silo, there's a social silo, there's a fitness silo, you're going to spend 2 hours in the gym. Like that's like part of your...
Yeah.
So there you add your whatever, couple percentage of your day. Then your work takes a big chunk.
Yeah.
But if your work is at that stage more important than your social, then you take from your social and you say, like, let's add to the work.
Exactly.
And then family, as you said, family is a non-negotiable. So family would always have its percentage.
Yeah.
So it's like how you, like sometimes when work's not that hectic and you can take time off to take your family on a trip overseas, whatever, then you take from your work silo and you add to your family silo or vice versa. So yes, you can't, like, the balance is, like, where do you, it can't be like this. You can't spend 6 hours a day at work, 6 hours a day with your family, 6 hours socially, and then 6 hours with gym. Like, you need to be able to flip and, like, make it work.
Yeah. And I think you can, this is a note to self as well, you can make it work. There'll be that hour of your day where you sat doom scrolling. What could I have done with that hour? Like, what gave me so much value?
Isn't that just like your relaxing time?
Yeah, but are you really relaxing when you're on your phone?
Oh, true.
Yeah, I've gotten
It's
quite
like
obsessed with like
it's
input.
And don't get, like, I don't get it 100% right. Like, I make a lot of mistakes in this
100%.
this thing, and same with the discipline motivation. Like I tried. Like, there's a lot of sleepless nights I did. Like, and I was like, fuck, I haven't done enough today. So then, but it's like, it's that pursuit of trying to get there. It's not, and I will never, I would never get it 100% right. I'll never be perfect at, like, work-life balance, or I'll never be perfect at discipline versus motivation. But it's something that I'm striving to get right. And I know that it's always going to be a pursuit. It's never going to be, you nailed it, bro. Like, you are 100% right. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, if I have to, like, be honest, like, sitting in front of my desk and, like, thinking, shit, I know I've got 5 important emails to reply to, but I'm just not feeling it right now.
Dude, I get that all. Oh,
And
yeah.
but you're sitting there and, like,
the
it's,
internal battle of
and,
that is
and then you,
rough.
like it could take you 20 minutes and you can be done with it, and could have been a very productive moment, or you just, like, or you say, like, I don't feel like it now, I'll get to it later. You procrastinate, and then next morning you wake up and all of a sudden you've got 10 emails that you have to reply to.
Yeah.
So that is sometimes the internal battle I face, and then sometimes I'm like, I've got the discipline to go, like, listen, just do it, just tick that off, and then that's where the motivation, the discipline comes in. And when it's motivated, it's like shit, I'm really gonna screw up now if I don't get it, and then it's motivated. Then I'm like, flip, go do your work, and I sit there and I'm like, put my phone in a different room and I hit the computer like that. And other times it's just like the discipline just takes over and it's just like it just ticks over and it just makes sure that the work gets done.
I had 2-3 days ago. It was a high cardio, low calorie kind of day. And I had to do like 45 minutes on the Stairmaster, which is pretty close to the depths of hell doing that kind of thing, dude.
Yeah, you're walking all the way down. So
Yeah, dude, it's a far way. And there's a friend of ours, Luke, that lives in New York at the moment. And I don't know anyone that can hustle, make a plan, figure life out better than him. And I spent the 45 minutes, gave him a call, and we just spoke over FaceTime for 45 minutes while I was on the Stairmaster. That kind of thing brings me so much joy because I'm filling my fitness silo by doing the thing I said I would do that day as much as I don't want to do it. But I also got a bit of social out of it. And because I got the social and it's the kind of friend that I get so much value from, as in when I speak to him, I go, I can do more.
Yeah.
I could do this better. He's waking up at 5 and going to work. I can wake up at flipping 5 and send some emails from the lounge. Like, what's wrong with me, you know? It filled my motivation side as well. And I woke up the next day going like, if Luke can do it, I can do it too. You know? And that's kind of where everything sort of mixes together and they influence each other. I've now got a list on my phone. I'm trying to track my days. So Monday, I've got these 6 to-dos.
Yeah.
Whatever happens on that Monday, those are the 6 to-dos I need to get done. Bang, 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 Monday to Friday. I now have treadmill to-dos. I call them treadmill tasks. And while I'm on the treadmill for that half an hour, it's the things that I can't get to while I'm sitting at my desk. Yeah. There's someone I need a phone. There's an email I needed to reply to. There's a WhatsApp I needed to send. There's a friend I need to check in with. That's
amazing.
Yeah, because I can't do anything other than stand on this bloody treadmill.
It's like Atomic Habits. I don't know if you've read the book Atomic Habits. They also speak about like stacking your habits. Like,
oh, sick! There you go. I didn't even have to read the book for that, dude. Probably should read that.
Yeah, but it's like he speaks about like when you do a task and it stacks on top of each other. Like you know, when you're walking on the treadmill, you incline walking. This is like the things that you need to get through for the day.
Yes.
Because you enjoy the fitness side, so that's fun for you, or not fun. Like it's hard work, but you enjoy.
It is fun.
You enjoy being in the gym.
Yeah.
But now you're adding stuff you don't like to do on top of it. So you know, like Amy does exactly the same. Like my wife does. When she's doing her incline walk, she is on her phone and she's replying. She's either replying to social media messages or emails or WhatsApps. I unfortunately don't walk on the treadmill. Like I do a flat out sprint.
Yeah, you actually fit.
I actually try and run on the treadmill. So there's no phone involved.
It would be tough. Emails would be very weirdly typed. Yeah.
A lot of errors, like short to the point stuff. Like, I don't like what you're saying. Like, don't email.
No, sorry, bye.
No, don't email me again. I was actually at the gym yesterday, and there's Oak, and so if he's listening to the podcast, I'm so sorry. I'm going to expose you.
You're going to out him.
I'm going to out him.
Let's do it.
But he was at the Smith machine, and he was doing some sort of leg workout. I don't know if this is just like how powerlifters operate, but he did an exercise, did like 5 reps of like 100 kilos or something.
Okay.
And then he waited like 10 minutes and he was playing like doom scrolling on his phone.
No, I've got no time for that.
And I was in the gym for an hour and 10 minutes. And from the moment I walked into the gym and I started like my warm up till the moment I was finished with my cardio, he was still at the same machine, same bench, same setup. And I was like, I could never waste my time like that.
Look, I think...
I don't know if it was just like, maybe he was a bit hungover and he just needed to get through the session. And
maybe.
But the doom scrolling was just the one that kept him there.
If I need that machine, that drives me mad. If I don't need the machine, and this is a very selfish way to think of it, but we all think of it this way, I'm like, okay, that guy's doing his thing. Like you say, he's probably hungover or he's prepping for something.
But I had to go and ask the person to move because my missus was too shy to ask him for the machine.
Okay, then I'm like, dude, you need to make a plan. Yeah. Like,
But still, like
someone else also needs
in
this.
the Virgin, there's like these things that go off every couple of minutes. It's like, if don't sit on a machine and reply to an email, work email, because there's other people wanting to use the equipment. I'm just like, don't be selfish about it. Like,
100%.
yeah. No,
Especially
getting
in
off
something
topic
like a Smith, because there's usually only one, maybe two of them.
yeah.
And it's like, dude, other people.
And
also
other
need-
people love that machine. Like,
Oh,
I
they do.
haven't used it in 6 months, but
Yeah, I like the Smith. I like the Smith quite a bit. I actually
yeah,
used
it's
it
just
yesterday.
control.
Yeah, I think there's one more point on there.
There's one more.
Let's do it. I'm liking this chat.
Yeah.
We hope you guys are too. I know recently someone came up to me in the gym and actually said that he was listening to the podcast and he liked the chat part. Thank you. That's a nice compliment.
And share your views and points.
Yeah. It's
We
actually
would love to read it next week.
Oh, 100%. We haven't started promoting it yet because there's more that we want to add in, but our Patreon is live and it is up. If you go GameTime Pod, you can find it there. But we are opening up a Discord chat to all the members of the Patreon. So you can pop, directly with myself and Steven, and then whoever comes on to quote unquote guest co-host with us or whatever, they'll all be in that group. So you can have conversations, talk about the rugby games, give us your views and opinions, ask questions, give us topics, tell us the show or the episode is great, tell us it was cock, give us your views on whatever. There'll be a community chat for that, so a lot of it will happen there. So
Hopefully more good
start
than
pushing
cuck.
it. Hopefully,
More good than cuck.
hopefully, yeah. Sometimes the cuck's fun. It's nice to read out loud and have a giggle.
Yeah. Last topic before we close it off. What advice sounds good, but is actually quite dangerous? What advice sounds good, but it's actually quite dangerous? It's a tough one for me because you never know where that person's intentions are. Like sometimes when you speak to someone really highly successful and he goes like, and he gives you like some sort of business advice, but you trust him because he's got the seniority or the experience, but it could be quite dangerous. Like I would never know until I actually go and try it. Does it make sense? Like,
Yeah, because everyone's experience is so different.
yeah, so maybe it worked. Like,
This is a tough one.
it's a very tough one.
I think this is relevant. Let's see if I can wrap this with a pretty bow. When people strive to achieve something and then they achieve it and they get, what do we generally see as success? They get a lot of fame or a lot of money or a lot of title or status or power or whatever it is. And then they turn around and go, it didn't make me happy. The money didn't make me happy. The fame didn't make me happy. I'm still this, I'm still that. I get it, but that kind of thing drives me up the wall. And it seems to be quite a common theme where people strive to be, as example, very rich. And then they get very rich and they go, oh, it didn't solve my problems. It didn't make me happy. Money doesn't buy you everything. That kind of irks me.
Gives you a bit of an ick.
Yeah. But at the same time, I think it is something that we should listen to because, yes, I don't think your ultimate joy is on the other side of making a lot of money. Your ultimate joy isn't on the other side of driving a sports car. It's not.
No.
It's going to become normal, dull, mundane. That's why super wealthy people collect cars. They're like, oh, I drive a Porsche, but I want to drive that one. And then they buy that one, whatever, knock yourself out. That's just the thing that I know I should listen to, but I really struggle giving that time of day because I'm like, dude.
I'll be very stoked to cry in my Lamborghini.
You know what?
compared to-
Exactly. Thank you very much. I just like to wipe my tears with $100 bills. So granted, it's easy to look down when you're looking up at people, if that makes sense.
But yes.
When someone's super wealthy, it's
Yeah.
easy to go, well, fuck you got money.
Yeah.
It's very easy to do that.
Yeah.
And I don't ever want to be the bitter person that refuses to listen to people that are in a quote unquote better position or,
complain about the same things you're going through.
yes.
I think also like happiness and those type of things is very, it's what you make of the world. Like if it's, I'm definitely like happier when I'm with my wife and I'm with my friends compared to when I look at in the bank account. Like that number makes me feel less stressed, but it doesn't make me happy. Like, does that make sense? So if my stress level goes from, say, it's been a bad month and stress level's there, to a good month and stress level's there, that I would take that. Like, I would earn more money because my stress and cortisol and all those things are less because I don't have to worry about it that much.
Yeah.
But the happiness I find is when I'm having a chat with you, or me and the missus goes for dinner, or having a good night's sleep, or I go for a nice tough training session. That makes me happy. Like material things like money and cars and stuff, I don't really care about, but it just makes the anxiety for the following month less because I know I can put food on the table.
Yes.
I don't have to. So I would love to be in a position where I don't really have to think about it ever again. Like, I mean, if things go really well business-wise, but it won't make me happy. Like, what would make me happy is the fact that I can spend time with my friends, I can spend time with my missus, but I won't stress about financial shit, or I don't want to get to a position where it becomes like a contest with other people, but I would just want to be comfortable. I hope that makes sense.
No, it does, dude. Stressing about money is rough. Yeah. It sucks waking up every day going, what can I actively do right now that will change my financial circumstance? Yeah. It's rough. It's not fun stressing about money. But I think if you are rich in money, but broke in every other aspect of your life, it's really lonely. Yeah. I think...
Because now, a lot of these conversations we had now, it's like, it doesn't contradict each other, but like we're saying, like, so from the beginning, like hard work to make it. Making it is like there could be money could motivate you, success can motivate, fame can motivate you. Just being comfortable in your job can motivate you to do that hard work. Then it becomes like a discipline. So you've made it, or you in the process of making it. Like, do you need motivation to keep you up there, or do you just discipline it out all the way out?
Yeah.
Now we're starting to talk about like money and what makes you happy. Now, you've had the hard work, you've had the discipline in doing the hard work consistently. Now you need to find something that fulfills you. So now it's if money is the number one, and we both said like material things isn't the one that's gonna make us. But me turning around one day in 10 years and saying, listen, this project I started, this podcast we started, it's hitting real numbers now, and it's actually doing very well. That journey and that discipline and that road we took, that's going to give me joy. It's not going to be the $1 million sponsorship we got. It's going to be shit. Look at what we did. Look at what we did over 3 years.
Yeah,
that is going to give me joy.
I like the journey of this.
And it was the same with my rugby. Like, I said no to bigger contracts overseas because I didn't see myself playing there and having fun. I enjoyed playing for the Stormers, and I enjoyed playing locally because there was a journey involved and there was a process involved. And yes, it led to success in World Cups and winning the URC. But that was my happiness. It wasn't the fact that I can earn double the salary overseas, because money, yes, money is important. Money is, of course, it puts food on the table, makes your life a bit easier. But it wasn't that gave me success. It was the hard work it took to build this team. It was a discipline to rock up every day, every Saturday, making sure my work gets done. And then it was that journey and that purpose I found in that career, in that 15 or 14-year career. That's what gave me joy. Now I'm in the next phase of my life. Now it's like I'm starting this conversation again. Yes, you're working because you need money, you need to be able to live, you need to be able to put a roof over your family's head. So that is a big motivation, but it's not the thing I'm working to. This journey I want to build. I want to build this business into something. I want to build this podcast into something. I want to build my future with my missus into something. And that's what brings me joy.
Oh, dude, you nailed that on the head. I think, it's kind of like why you're doing the things you're doing, right?
Yeah.
Like, I think if people knew how much you help and support the people around you, they'd go, oh shit, how do I put this in perspective? Like I know people that are very stressed about money, but because they need that money because their mom's sick.
Yeah.
And they pay, like, I know that's quite an extreme example, but like, yeah, they need more money than I do because they're paying for their parents. Yeah, they need more money than I do because, you know, I don't know, their friends starting a business and investing into the business and they're making a difference in their friends' life. I don't know, right? Like money's such a give and take, up and down. It's such a weird topic to try wrap a bow around. But I've been in a position where everything that I thought was going to make me super happy did, but it's lonely by yourself. It's lonely when the only difference that's being made is to you directly and no one else. Yeah. So I would love to be in a position where, yeah, we all want lots of money, but I want to be able to take my family overseas. I want to be able to, you know, buy my dad the thing he's wanted his whole life. I want to be able to not have, no one in my family needs to pay mortgage. No, you know, like,
yeah.
If it's not for that, it's very hard for me to justify working as hard as I possibly can to build something that I believe will be a legacy, will be a powerhouse of a business, will be a change in entertainment and media as a whole for South Africa. Doing that for just me just feels too empty. That's for me personally. But if I can attach people's names, I want it to do well for Jess. I want GameTime to do well for you and for Amy. I want my business to do well for my brother and my parents and my friends and now I'm in this. Yeah. Now I've got some skin in the game, you know?
I agree 100% with you. Like I didn't mean like not doing all this work and you don't get rewarded for it. Like
I don't think you said that at all.
Yeah.
I think, sorry, maybe I'm not expecting. I think you do the things you do for the people around you.
Yeah, of course. Like it's everyone that's involved, and of course there's going to be part of the journey. There's going to be financial a reward. Like you don't do something, and there's not a carrot at the end of the thing.
Yes.
Like, yes. Like there's going to be a financial reward, but that is not more important than this. Like for me to grow and to work and to make sure that this thing becomes successful. And it's not because if you're self-employed, it becomes then it's just like, I don't want to offend anyone. Like if you're working just to look after yourself, it becomes like, I need to make sure that I do enough work that I can get paid enough so I can live, type of thing. But if you're in a venture with someone like the two of us are doing this together, I'm working for myself because I want to grow my success in this game, but I also want to make sure that you see the benefits and rewards of it. Yeah. And then, of course, there's the financial carrot at the end of it because you're growing this thing and then eventually it gets to a point where it's too big to be ignored by the money just automatically comes because you're willing to put in the work, you're willing to be disciplined about it. And then it grows and gets to a point where it's like, now it's too big not to be thrown money at.
Well, dude, I want to be able to wave at you on your yacht from my yacht.
100%. Like,
that'd be fire.
Yeah, that'd be fire. Like, I'm going to, like, if I'm sad, I'm going to cry on my yacht, but it's, I don't want to cry on my dinghy.
Yeah, exactly,
like,
dude.
Yeah.
It's what was it was Jimmy Carr that said it on a Chris Williamson episode.
But I'm going to be proud of what we did and why. I'm going to be sad.
100%.
I'm going to be sad on my yacht, like cry and wipe my tears with the money. But I'm going to be still proud because like what we did is something special. Like
for sure, right?
And that is like why I'm like so adamant about it because it's like people that says like I wanted to be rich but it didn't take away my sadness. It's tough, really. Like but like. I just hope he's proud of what he's achieved throughout his life to get to that point.
Yeah.
That would be dope. If he goes, yes, I'm still sad. My wife left me, but I'm really proud of the business I built.
Yes.
I go like, oh, sorry, it's unfortunate your wife left you and it's unfortunate you're sad and depressed about your friends not liking you, but well done on achieving this, bro. This is pretty dope.
Yeah, let's now fill the other silo. Yeah, exactly, right?
It's like Jeff Bezos lost half his fortune to his missus, but man, Amazon's such a cool thing.
Exactly, right?
Like be proud.
Yeah, and he's going, listen, let's shake hands. You built this with me. Take your half.
Yeah, take your half. Well
I hope he's saying that. Yeah. It's like Jimmy Carr said on Chris Williamson. He was saying, if you're not happy having a coffee with a friend, you won't be happy on a yacht.
Yeah.
that makes me look at my life and go, okay, cool. I think I'm doing a good job of that.
Yeah.
We were with Callum and Lauren last night. We were there till 1 a.m. Loved it.
Yeah.
We sat eating chicken
The whole night.
because obviously Callum and I aren't drinking right now. The girls were drinking some red wine.
Lovely.
And we just sat and spoke about their wedding or having a baby or life or work or friends or family. And it was the most valuable 3-4 hours. And I'm like, that to me is such a highlight. I don't want that to ever change.
Yeah.
Ever. I don't want, because I have no money or because I have a shitload of money, to change the fact that I can sit with my friends eating Pedro's chicken out of a bag, just talking shit about life. Like, I don't ever want that to go away, you know? The coffee with the friend does make me
Instead
happy.
of Pedro's, you just want Nando's.
Nando's closed, bro. We tried Nando's first, but their delivery closed. So we're like, Pedro's, we're pulling it. Dude, Pedro's was fire, I'll be honest with you.
No joke,
I'm on a kick at the moment to try all the different chicken places. So obviously I've done KFC and I've done Nando's. Pedro's was suggested to me by Stu's Customs. Shout out Stu's Customs. They suggested Pedro's. Love Pedro's. There's muchachos.
I love muchachos.
Muchachos. I've never had muchachos. I need to try muchachos. There's chicken licken.
Yeah.
Isn't there Lion King or
Hungry Lion.
Hungry Lion? And maybe there's another one.
I'm sure there must be
I
a
have a
lot.
feeling there's another one.
I think there's a lot more than we think.
Yeah, but those are all the chicken spots.
Yeah.
Sorry, very hard deviation into something else, but that's what I did last night.
Yeah, I think probably just to wrap up, because it was such a fun episode for me.
I love these chats.
It's
dude.
like we talk about it often, like just for the viewers, like we talk about this type of thing often offline. It's the first,
Weekly, yeah.
and it's the first time we actually bring it online.
Yeah, dude, because, you know, there's, I don't know, it opened my eyes a lot when I don't want to say his name on the show because I don't know if he wants me to, but I will ask him. He came over and we were chatting about the show and he was like, dude, I saw you on Steven's show. Love listening to it. I actually listen to it while I work. I put my earphones in, I listen to you guys just talk while I work. And he was like, the show is so funny. I love the things you talk about. I've got interest in rugby, but I also just want to be able to like banter with friends kind of feel. That brought me so much joy because I was like, this guy's sitting at work on a Monday or a Tuesday and going like, fuck yes, the episode came out. I can sit and I can listen to people just talk. And if we get the opportunity to have these like real conversations, I'm at a place in my life where these conversations I think about all the time. I hope someone like him is thinking about these things too. And going, how do I balance this? How do I get engaged and married? How do I start a business? How do I stay fit in the gym? How do I balance my life in all these different elements? We asking ourselves exactly the same thing. Steven Kitsoff, a 2-time World Cup winner, a rugby legend, 4-5 different business owner guy is asking the same questions that you are on a Tuesday sitting at your job listening to the show. We all asking the same things. And I think that's super valuable about these conversations.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. Cool.
Lekker, let's wrap up. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please do not forget to like and subscribe. Also, the Patreon is live, GameTime Pod. We will do a lot more announcements and releases for it, but it has been made. It is there. The first videos are in. There's a word scramble that myself and Steven play in studio, and our first ever like quote-unquote workout vlog, we did Pilates together, which was a ton of fun. We've got a lot of things coming up. We want to do a pub crawl, like a bar run. We want to do a cycling thing. We want to do a workout video. We want to do a day on set together. There's a whole lot of different behind the scenes stuff that we're going to be popping in there. So check it out. Thank you guys so much. Catchphrase.